Welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about translations, and this is aligned with IXL Geometry L3. So what's a translation? You can think of a translation as a shifting or a sliding of the shape along the graph. So because there are two axes, X and Y, we talk about a translation in two directions: horizontal, left to right, and vertical, up and down, corresponding to the X and the Y axis. And keep in mind that up and right, so up and to the right, are both considered positive, and down and left are both considered negative according to the coordinate graph. So here you see you have your original shape, which can be translated in different directions. It can have a horizontal shift, a vertical shift, or a combination of both of them, which takes it in a diagonal direction. So when describing a translation mathematically, we must specify the change in x and y direction. So let A be the change in x direction and B be the change in the y direction. A and B are just numbers. Then this is our notation. T for translation of AB, which is telling us how much to the left or right, how much to up or down of our point xy. All we have to do is add A to the x and add B to the y. Let's try a practice example. We're going to write the coordinates of triangle QRP after a translation 9 units up. So translation 9 units up, the x direction is not affected, so I'm going to put a 0 for A, and then the B is going to be 9 because it's positive going up. So let's write out each of our points here. This one is going to be at 5, positive 1. This one is going to be at 5, negative 9. And lastly, 2 and negative 9. So let's do the translation on each of these. My first one, 5, 1, is going to go to 5 plus 0, 1 plus 9. The next one is 5, negative 9. That will go to 5 plus 0, negative 9 plus 9. And then lastly, 2, negative 9 goes to 2 plus 0, negative 9 plus 9. So notice I'm just adding this to the x and this to the y for each of them. Let's figure out what this equals. So this would be 5, 10, 5, 0, and 2, 0. And now we can graph these points and get our new triangle. So 5, 10 is going to be at the top. That's going to be my new Q. I'm going to call it Q prime. And then 5, 0, which is going to be right here. That's going to be my new P, so P prime. And then lastly, 2, 0, going to be right here. That's my new R, R prime. So my triangle has been translated up 9 spaces. Let's try one more example. This time it's going to move in two directions. We're going to write the coordinates of TU, VW after translation 4 units left and 7 units up. So 4 units left is going to be negative, so that will be negative 4 for my A, and 7 units up is going to be positive, so that's a positive 7. So let's do that to each of these points, which I've already written for us. So I'm going to do 1 plus negative 4 and negative 9 plus 7. That's going to give me negative 3 and negative 2. Let's do the next one. 8 plus negative 4 and negative 8 plus 7. That becomes positive 4, negative 1. And continuing on, 9 plus negative 4, negative 9 plus 7. That will give me 5, negative 2. And lastly, 8 plus negative 4 and negative 10 plus 7 gives me 4, negative 3. Let's graph these. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And right here, this is my W prime. 4, negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1. This is going to be my V prime. And then U prime is 5, negative 2. T prime is 4, negative 3. And I've got my shape after translation, 4 units left and 7 units up. And that's it for this lesson. Now go ahead and try some practice on your own.